Hey everyone, it's Michael, and I teach you how to become fluent in Spanish in 12 months or less. Today we're not talking about languages, we're talking about how to not care what people think about you or say to you. So this is a very important topic, at least for myself, and I think it will help you out too, because in the past, I sometimes would even come out of the house thinking like, I hope no one ruins my day. I hope someone doesn't somehow say something that pisses me off, that'll just ruin the rest of my day. And now, working at the company that I do work for, I've said this in other videos, it's a very large company, it's very intense. And I get told all sorts of things from people that work for me and coworkers. Like, it's a very intense environment. So you got to have a thicker skin. It's completely changed for me. And so I kind of want to give you some tools and tips that will help you not care what people say about you or say to you. So the first thing is, if you don't want to care about what people say to you that is bad, that might ruin your day, then you can't care about the good things that people say about you or say to you that will uplift your day. If you don't want to care about the boos, you can't care about the cheers. And I saw this for the first time in a Gary V video where he said, like, I don't care what people say in the comments. Like, people are saying, Gary, you're great. I don't hear it. It's just noise. People say like, oh, Gary, you're the worst. I don't care. It's just noise. And, as I, started to get thicker skin in the company that I'm at, I noticed that a lot of the things that they were saying, which were great about me, I'm a top performer at the company. And a lot of things that they were saying, like, hey, Michael, you're doing amazing. It wasn't giving me that high that I usually would get. That it would just like beam me into space. Like, oh my gosh, I am great. Like, this is amazing. Like, oh my gosh, I am the best. Like, I remember the first time I got, when I had thicker skin, the first comment that I got, like, hey, Michael, like, you're amazing. Like, you're the star on this shift or whatever it is. I remember like asking, like, can you say it again? Yeah. You're doing amazing. You're the star on the shift. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel anything. Like, it doesn't matter, like, to me, because I don't hear the bad stuff and I don't hear the good stuff. And so that brings me to point number 2, which is, if you don't want to care about what people are saying about you or the bad stuff, you don't want it to affect you, you can't have a need for validation. Now, I think everyone in the world, like, validation is the biggest thing that anyone wants, from their parents, from their dad, from their mom, from their girlfriend, from their friends, from society. Like, we just want to know that we're enough. But as soon as you get to unhealthy levels of validation, then everything's gonna matter. And you're gonna have really highs and really lows. So that's what I used to have. I used to have really big highs, like, oh my God, I'm amazing, I'm the best person ever, and really low lows, like, oh my God, someone ruined my day, this sucks, I hate everyone, I hate myself. And now it's much more of an even keel where, unfortunately, I don't get those super big highs, but I also don't get those really low lows. So it's more steady and even because I don't care that much about people's validation. And that's why I can make all these YouTube videos without all this editing and with just one take. Because if I mess up, I don't care. If I get a YouTube, comment saying, hey, Michael, you suck, or like, dude, you should edit because your videos, I don't want to watch them if you don't edit. I'm like, cool, I don't care. Like, I have goals and I'm trying to get those goals to be reality. Like, everything else is just noise. It's just background, it's just white noise, it's background noise. So you can't have a need for validation, or you will care about what people think and it will affect you, which is the worst thing ever because it just takes away from your inner peace. Which brings me to the third point, which is that people forget. So when someone says something great about you, it's like, awesome, like, you'll be thinking about it for the rest of the day. They probably won't. Just as, like, if someone says something negative, like if someone goes on a YouTube video and says, you suck, they probably, like, thought of it, they said it, and then they logged out and they went through the rest of their life not thinking about it. Whereas you who received the comment might go like, oh my God, this makes me feel bad. It might make you feel bad for a couple hours, couple days, couple weeks, couple months, couple years, which is the worst because those people have already moved on. Like, when I've confronted people, years or even, months, days, whatever, said like, hey, what you said it to me, like, it didn't make me feel good and I didn't like it. They just go, oh, sorry about that. Like, I didn't even think about it after that first day that I said it. I'm really sorry about it. Or, when someone says something good about me, like, I've gone up to those people and say, hey, by the way, that thing that you said about me, like, a year ago, like, it really made me feel good. Like, thank you for that. It's like, oh yeah, I thought about it at the time. No problem. At the time, like, people have their own lives. Everyone thinks that they're player one, that the whole world revolves around them, and it's not the case. People move on. People don't care. Just how like when all these sensational news stories come up about maybe Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, all these people like Hollywood, like yeah, it peaks, and then like people forget, people don't care. That's why on YouTube a lot of these people that have like that talk about the news, like every time they talk about something that's very relevant, they get a bunch of views because people really care, and then it just drops. A year later, no one looks at it again because it happened, and then it drops. The videos that have a lot of like tail end that like really get a lot of views is stuff that's like evergreen. It's stuff that, you know, will teach you and that you can see it months afterwards. Not like these things that are just like, you know, in the moment and then people forget. So anyways, that's the end. That's my last tip. Don't care about what people think. Seriously, you don't need the validation. You're enough. Like, work on yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe, like, share, do all the good things. And yeah, until the next one.